Overwatch has 3 roles currently in the game, but you might not know they used to have 4 roles. You see, back in Overwatch 1, they had a 4th role called Defense, but they merged it with the other weird role, which was the Assault role, to make it a DPS role, which is the one we know today. But that was kinda stupid. But today I'm going to discuss my own idea for a 4th role. So what is this 4th role? I call it the Crafty role. Yeah, I know, it could use some work on the name. But this role would split DPS in half and take 12 characters for itself. The rules I had for a character counting for this new role are the following. Rule 1. Be a DPS character. Rule 2. Be a crafty-like character, either in-game or in the lore. That is because, well, your character actually needs to be crafty by definition. So, it's pretty simple rules, so I quickly got my 12 characters I needed. But before I start telling you about each hero and how they're affected and whatnot, I need to tell you about this role's passive. Because every role has their own passive thing. Whether it's tank having less healing from healers, or healers being able to heal and whatnot. So, for the passive for this crafty role, it is the following. You heal for 15% of damage done up close. Ultimate charges are faster than DPS by 5%. I made it like this for a simple reason. Most of these characters struggle up close. Or even if they don't struggle, they just don't fare very well at all. They're mid at best, is what I'm gonna say. So, let's see who's in this new role, shall we? First of all, we have Junkrat. Junkrat might not be seen as the most crafty type of character, but as we know in the Overwatch lore, that is just not the case. He works a scrap, and his friend Roadhog and him managed to build, well, Roadhog's pig pen before they removed it from the game. So with his actual trap and he uses mines, I think he is very crafty and worthy of the crafty role. But not only that, but his boost from up close battling would be more fair. Now, I'm a Junkrat main, so I'm going to tell you this from experience. Even though Junkrat has his concussion mines and can do a one-tap combo, it is almost never the case that you actually get that off. If you're trying to shoot straight first into the enemy, it is not going to hit the enemy. It is going to go all around the world and hit everything except for the enemy in front of you. And plus, the buff isn't going to be that bad, because if you can't really hit direct shots, it's not going to make much of a difference anyways. And Junkrat's ultimate sucks now. I don't know why Overwatch keeps nerfing ultimates like Junkrat, Bastion, Sigma. All these ultimates just do not make any sense. They barely do any damage anymore. So I feel like Junkrat getting his ultimate 5% faster wouldn't make much a difference anyways, considering his ultimate rarely kills that well as it used to. Next up we have Torbjorn. Now he would be the main character for this role, and the trailer would probably focus on him. He has, well, his turrets. We all know why he would be in the crafty role. It's directly because of his turrets, which he has to maintain with his hammer. And plus, his hammer doesn't do much up close, which makes him struggle. Well, yes, he could get a kill or two with his hammer, but you'd have to move around like you're in the Matrix dodging every bullet. Because if you don't dodge every bullet, Torbjorn just falls to the ground and dies. Don't have much to say. I think Torbjorn speaks for himself, that he would be in the crafty role. Next up is Symmetra. She would probably be a cool pair with Torbjorn in the trailer. That is because these are the 2 most crafty characters in the game, or at least the 2 most likely characters to be in the crafty role in the game. But let's be honest, Symmetra's laser turrets are either hit or miss. Giving her a light buff when she's up close is honestly a good thing for her, because her laser turrets have to be managed, but they are still crafty. She struggles really up close, often getting deleted very quickly even with her laser getting more powerful the longer it stays out. And her ultimate is literally just a wall. It doesn't really get utilized that much, so letting her get her ultimate a bit faster wouldn't change too much at all. Overall, she would be an average character in the crafty role. Not too good, but not too bad. Now we have Bastion. Bastion would be in the crafty role because he's a literal robot tank. He, by definition, has to be crafty to stay alive. Not only that, but he can repair himself with a major perk. that is literally being crafty. Now, his ultimate did get nerfed for some reason, I don't know, so this buff would help Bastion mains quite a bit. Now, I will make a fair point for and against Bastion being in the crafty role right now. Number 1, if he is in turret mode and you're trying to shred him down so that he doesn't delete half your team, he can heal up if you're getting close to him. That could be very bad. But keep in mind, the turret mode doesn't usually last too long. While yes, it lasts long enough to shred half a team in the right settings, he'll just pop up and then he's kind of more defenseless. So the buff would be more reasonable if it did not exist when he was in his turret mode. Because if he's in his turret form and he had the buff from the crafty role, that would be too powerful. However, let's just assume that when he's in his turret form, he does not get the healing buff, but if he's outside the turret form, then he does. That would make Bastion fair in the crafty role. We have Echo now. Another robot slash omnic character, so they by nature have to be quite crafty to stay alive. I don't want to repeat that for every omnic or robotic character left in the video. Anyways, she gets killed quickly up close. So yeah, this buff would definitely favor Echo mains who are generally struggling when they don't have their bubble power. Her ultimate would remove the passive that she currently has to the passive of the cloned character. That is to make things more balanced, because if Echo just had her passive plus the other passive, then there would be no stopping Echo. So, the new way that Echo would be played is the ultimate wouldn't have your same passive, so you could use your ultimate just the same as now. But you could play a bit more strategically, knowing what the buff gives you. If you're up close, you can have some healing, which could benefit you, but it could also not benefit you. It's really up to whatever the Echo mains want to do. Now we have Sombra. Sombra literally hacks things, so she has to be crafty. We all know that she would be on the crafty role just because she has the hacking abilities, and that's her whole thing. She relies on in and out battles, so if she is caught off guard, she gets killed very easily. Her ultimate is not bad, it's just annoying, so her getting it a bit faster wouldn't be that bad at all. Now, her getting her ultimate a little bit faster can be bad for fights because you lose your abilities, but come on, you're fighting a Sombra, like, you already know that it's gonna be bad, okay? So maybe for Sombra they could just not have the ultimate thing, but still keep it up close. She heals a little bit with the right hits. That seems a bit fair in my opinion, because Sombra, she gets killed very fast up close if she doesn't have an escape route planned. Now we have Emery. He is known to be very crafty to get on top. That is kind of how he got into Overwatch, I believe. Now, I don't know too much about the lore, but what it does say in Emery's entry, when you do play the game and select Emery, he is known to be a bit crafty, okay? So that's why he's in the crafty role. The up-close buff would make him more playable, considering that, well, Emery is hard to play when someone's up close. He is built for faraway encounters with this kind of scope. So if you don't have that, Emery can be very bad or difficult to play. The most you can get up close is trying to use your ability to do jumps with your gun or pistol out. Although you do have some grenades, but that's not really useful for up close. His ultimate could be slightly shortened because might make it more fair. His ultimate could be more lethal if you get it a bit faster, because then you'll not expect his ultimate and then get blasted by him. So I feel like Emery could be one of those characters where it could go 50-50 on whether they shorten his ultimate or not. It's really up to the Overwatch devs. Now we have Tracer. She is quite like Sombra, so some of the points will be the same. She focuses on in and out damage just like Sombra, so the same points apply. If she doesn't have her blink, she could get pretty much demolished. She has less health than Sombra, so pretty much any critical hit could just obliterate a Tracer from existence. So I feel like the damage healing buff would be very good for Tracer. I know people fighting against Tracer, I know from experience, hate that she can stay alive with the blink, but playing as Tracer, you have to understand how easy it is to die as Tracer. If you don't immediately know how to balance your resources, you can get obliterated, and it's not even a contest. She has to be crafty to outsmart the translocator incident. I won't get into that. If you want to know about the translocator incident, try to look into the Overwatch lore regarding Tracer, and I believe it was Winston. Her ultimate is hard to get onto someone, so I think getting it faster is just fine. I've tried playing Tracer, as you can see from the footage, and it's very rare that I ever get an ultimate to actually land on someone. So I think the ultimate 5% faster buff is just fine. Now we have Onron. Onron has very weird controls, so I think the buff really makes sense with her. She is just too awkward to play. I've played her in the footage, and as you might see, or might not see, I just do not get her controls well. So I think this buff makes a lot of sense. When she is up close, she struggles, so the healing buff, while still a minor to help her, it will still help her a little bit. It'll make her a bit more playable for those who don't main her. It's either you main her and know her very well, or you don't main her and barely know how to control her at all. She has 2 ultimates, so this buff might bring more revive ultimates into play, and not just the attack ultimate. Onron is that special character, other than D.Va, that has 2 ultimates, I believe. I don't think there's any other character other than D.Va in the game that can do that, but I could be wrong. There might be one more. I'm not quite sure. Anyways, Onron would generally benefit from this role. She would be in the crafty role because she has to be crafty to get all these fans, and plus, she went to the university with Wuyang, so she is definitely smart and worthy of the crafty role. We have Sierra. Sierra, much like Emery, had to get crafty to be on top. She is a very smart character, and she has a positive attitude, which I think is needed in the crafty role, knowing the lot in there. Junkrat. Anyways, her ultimate is very hard to use, so getting it faster wouldn't be that bad. Most of the time when I see a Sierra ultimate, they miss completely or everybody just immediately steps out of it. She struggles more up close, so the healing is definitely needed. You have to be at least 8 to 6 feet away from Sierra to take a lot of damage. I know she has her track shot, but it's generally just useful when someone is far away. She will rarely hit it when you're up close. I rarely ever get moments where I'm fighting a Sierra and I am up close with them and they actually hit the track shot. She could be the 3rd or 4th character to be shown in the trailer, which would really benefit when they want to reveal this. Now, I will say this now, I don't think this would be the focus of an update, it would just kind of be something that they throw in. Next we have Genji. He has to be crafted to use his shurikens. I know I mispronounced that so bad, and I will apologize right now. I'm sorry that I mispronounced it. Anyways, he can get killed very easily if the battle's up close. He has to have a bit of distance to use his shurikens, and even then, that doesn't usually do that much. He has his deflect ability, sure, but this ability up close with the healing is generally needed for Genji mains, unless you're an absolute demon at playing Genji and you mastered him. He can be very tricky to use, so I feel like this healing buff one up close is very needed for Genji. And let's just say, even if the craftiness that I mentioned previous doesn't do it for you, he is mostly Omnic due to the incident with his brother Hanzo. Once again, if you want to know the lore about that, this is not the video for that. If you want me to cover the lore of each character, let me know. I might do that in a later video. And lastly, we have Freya. She has a pretty meh ultimate. Getting it faster wouldn't change much. It's her bola shot, which you have to actually target on someone. Most ultimates that I really like can affect multiple people, while Freya's ultimate doesn't really do that. Unless they're like directly hugging the teammate that just got ultimated, it will not really wipe out a team. So I feel like her getting it a bit faster wouldn't be that bad at all. If she has to fight up close, she can get very overpowered and very fast, I will say. I was playing Freya, but in the practice range, because while recording each character in an actual game took friggin' eons. So I just decided for the last 3 to just do it in the practice range. But if I were playing her in an actual game, she would get overpowered very fast. Sure, her headshots can do a lot of damage, that needs aim, and in Overwatch, you have to fly all over the place with your cursor to even try to hit a shot. Her staying alive longer helps her kit in general, and would make her a lot more of a usable character in the game. I hope you liked this video on the crafty role. This is my first time really going fully in on a gaming video. If you like this content, make sure to subscribe and maybe watch more videos that I might release in the future. Or just comment ideas down below for future video ideas. I hope to get this channel monetized someday, and your feedback would be great to support that. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.